बड़े मौसा जी की डेथ हो गई थी, रेस्पायर सर।
अच्छा अच्छा, ठीक है कोई बात नहीं।
सर
ठीक है गाइस, चलो, आई थिंक वी आर प्रोग्रेसिंग वेल एंड what something more is required from everybody's side. Now you should understand the bigger picture of your life. You are no more students. अभी भी आप लोग स्टूडेंट हो? आई डाउट। अभी भी आप स्टूडेंट हो सायशा?
कॉलेज में तो स्टूडेंट ही है सर, बट यहाँ नहीं है।
यहाँ क्या हो?
YSI मेंबर।
ओके, चलो पूछते हैं आज पर हम कैसे ट्रेन कर रहे हैं आप लोगों को। यहाँ पे हम क्या ट्रीट करते हैं आपको? स्टूडेंट ट्रीट करते हैं? क्या ट्रीट करते हैं? हाउ यू आर बीइंग ट्रीटेड?
गुड इवनिंग सर।
गुड इवनिंग, गुड इवनिंग। बोलो कोमल। पूर्वा बताओ, हाउ हाउ यू आर बीइंग ट्रेन्ड हियर? क्या सोच के हम आपको ट्रेन करते हैं यहाँ पे? स्टूडेंट या कुछ और?
No, sir, we are not trained as students here. We are trained as a person or as an individual who are aspiring to achieve something in their life, and not just like क्योंकि I don't have to go into management sector, so it's not कि you are just teaching us to be to go into management sector. Rather, you also teach us to like. Even if we have to go in any sector, we become perfect and we become ready to join that sector, whatever that sector be. So you just train us to be a good professional people rather than being students.
Okay, yes, Anshika, how are you treating?
Yes, you are not training students. I think you are training future professionals. You are training as yes, sir. You are training how we should and how we can be a professional in our future work or our future career. So you are developing our professional and life skills not for students, our future, so our future career.
What about you, Pratishtha? How you are being treated? Are being क्या सोच के आपको ट्रेन किया जा रहा है यहाँ पे?
Sir, here we are treated as a professionals. Yes, sir.
बोलिए.
Sir, here we are treated as a professional. Here you are providing us with the skill that will help us to progress in our professional environment in the future. Like by giving the liberty to express our thought that when we will go in working professional so we will never hesitate to share our thoughts with our senior. So that factor and judgmental factor that now we don't have fear of judgment from other side and many other professional skills that we are provided here. So basically we are not treated as a student but as a professionals, and you are providing us with professional skill and along with that some life skill too.
Yeah, what about you, Pooja?
First of all, good evening, sir, and everyone.
Yeah.
Sir, you train us in such a way that we are different from others, like the common peoples, and you trained us the professional and life skills that are the most needed, I think, in next 10 or 5 years, or even now. It is very important. These qualities are like management, presentation, and making resume. That is the most important thing that I learned here. So these are the qualities that needed in every job, either it is a private sector or it is a government sector. So you train us in such a way that we are different from others and we got selection easily in any job.
Okay, Palak.
Okay, sir.
Sorry, Komal.
Yes, sir. So very means in a very different manner because he teaches us about skills. So you teaches us that management skills goes the.
आवाज आधा आ रही है, आधा नहीं आ रही है.
Sorry, sir. Wait a minute.
चलो कोई नहीं, I'll come back to you. Yes, Anamika, how are you being treated here?
So I personally feel that we are still students over here also, but the definition of student has changed in this classroom. Over here, these students, all of us are being taught life skills, important life lessons. 1 second, sir. Important life lessons which are very much required to survive in the market tomorrow. Whatever be the market condition or situation, we should have those skills that we can put ourselves into, whatever the requirements of the markets are in future. So over here, we are still students, but definitely not the one which we are in the classrooms.
Yes, Anshika, spoken. अच्छा बोल चुके हैं आप. कौन रह गया? शायशा.
Yes, sir. Sir,
हाँ आ रहा हूँ कोमल तुम्हारे पास. हाँ बोलो.
you are training and you are giving the mentorship as not a student. You are giving for us life. You are giving the knowledge beyond of the bookish book, and this in this YSI classes, this is the teaching about the professional, which is help for in a life and beyond the book. Yes, sir.
ठीक. कोमल बोलो.
Yes, sir. So I want to say that you teach us our life and professional skills, which will help in our future to us, because from anywhere we will stand, we can make our place by these things. And so I think that these things should be taken by so many students, but they didn't know about these all things. They don't want to create themselves. But I think that life skills and that management skills, the corporate world things, and for not being as a student, for being as a something at the place of somewhere where we can be something, the skills that we want to know and what we will use in our life skills, we need this.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, so hope everybody has talked today. Yeah, so basically today I want that you guys should talk about, yeah, Sony.
Sir, I am left. Sir, actually, sir, voice was cracking, so I was unable to hear any. हम कुछ नहीं सुने sir.
जाने दो.
पूरा voice crack हो रहा है. जहाँ हम shift हैं वहाँ पे Airtel का network नहीं रहता है. Sir, question क्या था?
Basically question ये है कि how you guys are being trained. आपको as a student की तरह train किया जा रहा है या as a professional की तरह train किया जा रहा है इस क्लास में? क्या किया जा रहा है?
Sir, as
आपकी आवाज नहीं आ रही है. चलो, वैष्णवी, you can speak, no problem.
Good evening, sir. So,
I audible.
One second, Sony, I will come back to you after Vaishnavi.
So I think we are being trained like a professionals because there are certain things and we are trained in a certain different ways which help us to develop ourselves, which a normal student can't get. For example, like first thing, it happens that a normal regular student doesn't get a fair chance. Each student doesn't get a fair chance to express themselves while they're in a class. But here, each and every student who is each and every person who is present in the class gets a fair chance to express their view, their feeling on certain things, on each and everything which is being asked. This is first. Second, when we are in normal class, in a college class or in a school class, there we are learned to note down each and every important thing which is being taught by the teacher, so that we can help memorizing those things. But when we are in these YSI classes, we are not, means whatever you want to teach, instead of telling in a way that we used to write and remember it, you help us to implement those things in a very practical way, which we memorize, but not by writing it, by implementing it. And third, whenever we are in our school classes, we are always means we focus on theoretical aspects, on gaining bookish knowledge, on gaining means we have our focus on obtaining more marks, so that we can keep ourselves first in academics activities, but while in YSI we are trained in a way that even though it will help in all aspects of our life, be it academic, be it co-curricular activities, everywhere it gives us a better chance, better you can say way to express ourselves in all aspects. So yes, sir, we are being trained in a professional way, which will help in overall development of our own self.
Okay, Sony, and now you are more clear. So, in which way you are being trained here, as a student or as a professional?
Sir, am I audible?
Yeah, a little bit.
Sir, as you already said that कि we are मतलब आप हम लोगों को एक मैनेजर की तरह ट्रीट करते हैं. So I think sir कि you treat us as a professional and not as a student, and you always try to be frank with us, and that's all, sir. I think these words make so much sense for this answer, for this question, I think.
Good. So, okay. So basically today I want that you guys should talk about the digital money which you are using, right? So everybody is having their own opinion. Please speak up, and whatever you want to talk, you can talk. You are grown up enough. You have used digital money so many times, digital transactions. How it is going to impact your life, how it will impact down the line, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, 5 year, 10 year, what exactly you are able to sense out of that. So today focus will be digital money, how it is going to impact the rural economy, urban economy, our future, international. So many things you can bring, so many aspects, so many dimensions you can bring while you are speaking. So talk like a mature professional and go ahead along with that, right? So who would like to start first? Digital economy, digital money, whatever. No hands. Wow. Chalo sai start karo.
Yes, sir. Sir, digital money and digital.
And एक second रुक जाओ. So today I'm just appointing one coordinator, right? So that who can coordinate one after कि आपके बाद कौन बोलेगा, आपके बाद कौन बोलेगा. So Vaishnavi, you will be the coordinator for the day. ठीक है?
Okay, sir.
So it's your role to give role to everybody and ensure that everybody should speak at least 3 minutes. You can ask relevant question also to encourage that person to speak more, right?
Okay, sir.
But yeah, minimum 3 minutes you should ensure. Otherwise, you can note down the way the I mean a timing, so that you can also help them. Rather than 3 minutes, 3 minutes was the allotted time, and they talked only 1 minute, 30 seconds, 2 minutes, whatever. It means they have lost the opportunity. So this is an opportunity loss for them, right? So you can also analyze the data. So please play your role as a coordinator. Enjoy your leadership for the day.
Okay, sir.
Go ahead. I'm here only, but I will be closing my camera for the time being, because you should lead the team.
Okay, sir. Okay, so Saisha.
Yes.
You can speak now.
Digital money, as Modi ji said, that make India digital. Make India
no
digital.
Politician's name should be taken here, right? किसी का नाम नहीं लेना है. Anything you want to say the government, say the system, something like that. Be neutral. No religion, no Rashtra Bhakti, no anything, right?
Okay, sir.
Sir,
As we hearing in every time, make a digital India. As we know that digital India, it means if we are aware with a technology, as we know that we are using the smartphones, laptop, and other technology. So if we are aware with all new technology, then we are able to we are able to do digital money, as we transferring money bank to bank, making a payment through there are various apps, just like payment app, Google Pay, Phone Pay. There are thousand many apps to make a online and digital transaction. If we are aware with all new technologies, and we are literate person, as we know, we are live in urban area, so we have know that technology. But as we know that in a rural area, there is villages and outsider, though there is no advance in a technology, there is a weak network. So this is also a most it is a drawback also, and important for also. If we aware, then it's helpful for us. If we are not aware for digital marketing and etc., so it's a drawback for us, because cash to cash in every time we are just yeah, if as example, if we have don't cash, but we are using the digital marketing app, digital money app, online transaction, it's easy for us to make a payment, transferring money to anywhere. It's very easy without any physical movement. But in a rural area, there is a weak network, lack of technology, not aware with technology. So this there is a drawback for them. They are not, they are doing all the money transactions and etc. What they want to transfer the money, they are always preferred to physical. So digital money is also beneficial for us, and this is also not useful for the rural area. That's all. This is the topic.
Okay, thank you, Saisha. Moving on, can we go to Anshika Yadav? Anshika Yadav,
Yes.
please speak.
Thank you, Vaishnavi, for giving me opportunity. According to my opinion, as digitalization expand, as modernization expand, the digital money, the concept of digital money expanded also. Digital money, we can say that digital money is an example of digitalization. It have both pros and cons. Digital money have both pros and cons. If I talk about pros, it affects our day-to-day life, not in urban area. It also affecting rural area also. It saves our time. We don't need any third party, or we don't have to go in market or go in any place. We can online purchase anything. We can online fill any form. So several activities that we have to do in offline mode, we can do in online mode with the help of digital money. Or I can say that, of course, it has so many pros, but there are some drawbacks. Like I can share my experience. In last night, in starting of Feb, I have received a call from phone. No, not from phone pay. A person called me and he said that you are awarded 5,000 rupees from phone pay. But of course, it was fraud call, because he was asking for OTP and UPI ID, and I have already aware about that. So I complained. I complained his call in cyber security cell, and I gave his numbers to police. But these are all drawbacks. If you are not aware about online mode and digital money, so you can be a victim of this digital money fraud. So of course, it is affecting our life. So you should be more aware. You should be a knowledge of how to use digital money. Of course, it is saving our time. It is make our lifestyle very easy. You can purchase. You can do so many things. You can start online startup or business. It will very helpful for your business. It will very help for your daily to daily life. And of course, it is a it is a you can say that it is a thing you can connect to so many people, because not in urban areas, in rural areas, the uses of digital money is expanding because of course we can say that the examples, there are so many examples like phone pay, Google Pay, and Paytm. There are so many examples of digital money. So it is affecting our day-to-daily life, and not not in urban, not in rural. Of course, it's at national level, at an international level. So that's all from my side. Thank you so much for listening me.
Okay. Thank you, Anshika. I would like to say that means you bring a very different aspect of having done the fraud activities by such online platforms, but try to make a little more precise because you went beyond 3 minutes. Okay, so try to make it little concise. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So thank you, Anshika. Moving on, let's go to Pratishtha. Pratishtha, are you there?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Please share.
In my opinion, as we know that in this modern world, digital world had become so prominent in our life, so is the digital money is one of part of it. We all know that we as a 21st century people feel that time is money, and digital money, we as a thing that it used to save our time, and for sure it is making our life easier, far better than as it was before. That now even I am in the some other part of the city and I want to make payment in some far away people, so I can easily make it. But I think more than its pro, it has some cons, means negative points too. First is that it has no awareness in the rural area. As we know that, as we are seeing that the digital money is becoming more prominent in today's market. So what about those people who do not have awareness about this digital money? So they will face difficulties in in making any type of transaction. And if a time will come when there will be no hand-to-hand transaction, so such type of people who do not have any awareness about this digital money, they will suffer. And secondly, I feel that it has a bad impact on youth. We can see so many online frauds is going on in the online game. People, children are losing lakhs of money because they means there is no proper guidance from the parent side, and they are losing a lot of money. And thirdly, that I think the third point is that of shopkeepers. In this world, there is so many frauds going on with them, although they are not so knowledgeable that they will have a proper knowledge of it. We all know that in today's like I have seen one incident that a woman purchased about 3,000 of money, and she's only through any other app. She took a screenshot of Paytm, and that she was showing to that shopkeeper, and that shopkeeper was not so aware about this. So the fraud, I really focused. I am focusing on that. This digital money is for sure it's making our life easier, but it is more dominated by online frauds. So that's all.
Okay, so you mentioned about 21st century. So
Yes.
in this 21st century, we have different people of different age groups. So does the digitalization of money, is it impacting in the same way in each sections of in each particular age group of the society?
No, means it is affect like for us youth who are aware about this digital world. We are for us it is like a, it is very easy to, for us it is like a boom that we can make any type of online transaction from anywhere. But for those like children who do not have any proper knowledge, what about them? They are losing money of their parents through the online gaming platform. So it is affecting the different age group differently. Like the shopkeeper, they do not have any proper knowledge, but still in this to fight in the digital market, they have to go through it. So for them it is for negative, it is affecting them negatively, but for us it is affecting us positively because we are aware about. So basically what is the factor is that a lack of awareness. So to overcome this, we should have such means environment that we as a youth can do to make them aware about that, so we can do something for them.
Okay, thank you, Pratishtha. Very well said. Okay, moving on. Let's go to Kumari Pooja.
Yeah, Vaishnavi, thank you for giving me this opportunity. So when I talk about the digital money, the first thing which came in my mind is that I can say this money has no physical existence. So we basically link our bank account, then we can make payment or transaction or withdraw our money, anything else. So everything has merits and demerits as well, as everyone said. So I can say some of the merits of digital money, that it saves our time, as Pratishtha said that I am in one city and I have made the first payment, then I can make it easily, very well. So it one of the biggest merit was, just a minute, the electricity was gone. So I talk about the merits. So one of the biggest merit I would like to say of the digital money was it saves our time, as we can do transaction at any time or at any place. Then when we come, it also has various other demerits, that we can done it a very easy transaction, and then very easy and fast transaction also. It has some demerits, that here is the problem of cyber hacking or fraud, as most of the people doesn't know about about this digital money or how to do transaction. So some people make benefit of these and make fraud or earn lots of money from those people who didn't aware about that. So, but here digital money was increasing day by day in our country or in any other country in nowadays in our 21st century. It is also increasing in rural areas also, although it is increased in urban area. Even now the school days students can use this digital money because of the very easy transaction, and we can make any transaction at any time. So it makes our life little easier. And as the digital money increasing, so I think in coming 5 or 10 years, India will become completely paperless economy, as our central bank also wants to launch its own digital currency. So that, in a nutshell, I would like to say that digital money
You're not audible.
She left, Vaishnavi.
actually. Hello.
She's there. Yeah. Now you're audible. Say.
That's much only. I think I have a little network issue.
Okay. No problem. Thank you. Okay. Apurva, what is your opinion on digital money?
Thank you, Vaishnavi, for giving me this opportunity. What I feel is that as we hear of the term digital money, so digital money is a sort of tender which is non-tangible. Non-tangible means we cannot touch it, and the transactions done are completely through electronic resources, be it our computers or mobile phones. So if we think about, or if we consider the case of India being a developing countries, like not each and every citizen of our country possess these sort of electronic means. So for the thought of bringing in digital money into day-to-day life to a larger extent is it cannot be fulfilled, because not each and every person possess the facility, or we don't have that much resources. If we talk on a larger picture. So first of all, and second thing, I would like to bring in the disadvantages of these type of money. As we know that in today's world, different countries have come up with so much of development into like cyber world, for example, it is very difficult for us to completely switch online, because as we can trace an incident in which Chinese hackers, they were able to hack which resulted into loss of electricity in Maharashtra for a good chunk of time. So from here we can trace the level of threats which are possessing if we are switching online. So this thing. And advantage, we all know that it is easier to carry. You don't have to, for example, in COVID period, like nobody wanted the touch, means nobody wanted to touch the things which were touched by other. It was not safe. So in that case, online transactions or digital money played a very good role in improving in securing oneself to be safe. So yes, these were the disadvantages and advantages of digital money. I would also like to bring in the concept of cryptocurrency, as it is in very much in news, and it relates its roots to, of course, the digital money. So cryptocurrency, as we have seen in news, the amount of the citizens of India, how much they are hyping up or how much they want cryptocurrency to be legalized, that much only government doesn't want. As it is very evident from one of the steps of government that it had put 30% taxation on profit earned by people using cryptocurrency. So government indeed doesn't want cryptocurrency to be legalized, and yes, legalized. And there is a major reason behind it, as if like cryptocurrency is a thing which will not be governed by a particular authority. Like our tender, which is be it digital money, like we pay using Google Pay and etc., or the physical money, which is fully regulated by RBI. But the cryptocurrency won't be regulated by any particular authority. So the chances of mishappenings are more in that case. So government being a responsible, it is proving it wants it doesn't get legalized. And but there are people who want it. There are people who have invested a lot into cryptocurrency. So government has also to fight that, government has come up with its own, will come up, as mentioned in this time 2022 budget, that government has come with its own digital rupee, which will be regulated by RBI, and it can be used as a cryptocurrency only. So yes, that's it from my side.
Okay, thank you, Apurva. You bring a very different aspect regarding cryptocurrency. So yeah, nice knowing about things. Next, Anamika Tripathi.
Thank you, Vaishnavi. So keeping in mind the pace of modernization that is happening in today's world, I think digitalization was definitely a necessity in our lives. It won't be wrong to say that this digitalization has, tried to improve our life and has become a very important fold of our lives. Earlier, when we used to, had to transfer money to someone else, it was always very difficult to transport. I mean, to travel from one place to the other place physically, then go to the bank, wait in the lines, let our number come, then everything used to happen. So it used to take a lot of time. Even in case when we had to receive the money, then also we had to physically go to the bank, then again stand in lines, and it was all a very messed up process. So this digitalization has definitely improved or made easier that transfer and acceptance functions which were ordinarily performed by the banks. But keeping in view the if we go to like 5 years later, what would happen to this thing is, as I said, the acceptance and depositing, all these things are the major functions of bank. So if these functions are taken over by some other by some other source, then definitely banks are in danger. 5 years from now, if banks will be shut down, or if there will be very less number of banks, let's say if a lot of privatization would also take place because of these, because the government banks again won't be able to perform very well, so it had to be privatized. It can be privatized. So this will again lead to a lot of unemployment, a lot of dissatisfaction amongst the group of people in the economy, in the country. So yes, I mean, as it is very well said that excess of anything is dangerous. Henceforth, digitalization to some extent is very good because it helps to improve our lives. But it cannot, I mean, we cannot solely rely on this thing, because at the end of the day, it is still a danger for all of us, frauds and everything. And even like unemployment, I think, is the major like disadvantage of digitalization. Thank you.
Okay, as an individual, Anamika, what would you prefer? Means moving on to a digital mode of transaction or normal transaction? What would you prefer and why?
If presently, if I'm supposed to answer, then definitely digitalization. But if tomorrow I have to go to the bank and work, and someday I'm said, I'm sorry, the economy is not working very well, and the economy is planning for digitalization, so you have to leave your position in the bank. So that would be a negative scenario, and in that case, I would not definitely refer digitalization.
Okay, thank you, Anamika. Moving on, Rinkudi. Are you there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Vaishnavi, for giving me the opportunity. Good evening, everyone. I would like to have my opinion on the digital currency. So basically, digital currency is the cashless currency which we are having as in a monetary fund or in a economy. So in the new policy, in the new budget, government has also introduced has given the permission about the digital currency. So since time earlier, it was there in the world label that cryptocurrency is an example of digital currency. It used to be there, but in India, the government has not, the RBI has not authorized any such type of any digital platform where there would be a continuous monitoring, or there will be someone who to answer some issues when it will come to the economy or as a monetary. So coming to there are, as I agree with everyone. So we are having a pros and cons with everything. So in digital currency, that we can see the latest example of the digital currency, because it gives us a platform for 24/7 which we can avail. Because prior to that, before digital currency, we were bound to the time limitations. Means that we should wait, or we have to wait for the time. If during the period of the banking hours, we can only do our monetary transaction. But we can see that greatest impact in this pandemic time, that by having the digital money or digital platform, we are having the access to a mass number of people. Mass population was accessed by the government or any individual. As the case was the scenario, we can say that or every individual need to be just making distance, or they should need the physical currency to be not used, so that it can be a step toward the precautions we can take. We were taking to the pandemic, that is corona. So that helps us maintaining a social aspect also, that we were able to do the transfer, we were able to do the transaction without having any physical form of it. As Anshika has mentioned, that there are fraud which is also happening, but we need to be aware with the things which we are having, and before doing any transaction, we should be aware, and we should make wisely that what we are doing. If we will give a little concern, nothing will happen. As I would like to give an example. I have bought my book from Amazon, and they had called me, and they were like, "You are our lucky draw list winner. So give what do you want?" They have given me the, either you want 15 lakh in your bank account, or you want a Tata Safari. So I was like, it was for me for the first time that, oh God, what was this doing? I just brought only a book which is it was costing 500 or 600, and this much money. I was not although I have seen it on the television, but personally I have never been through this any kind of stuffs or any call like cyber call like this. So I was not aware what to do. Then at the time, we need to consult to our seniors, or we need to consult the professional in that way, so that we can have a legal advice or whatever we are, if we are not able to cope with that kind of situation. So at that point, I contacted so many people. So all were like, don't you just disconnect the call and tell him we don't need that. So it was a little step which has bring me to the what we say negative consequences of the digital marketing, because they are having our database, they check our activities through the websites or whatever, they searches and make a group of people targeted to them. So this is the this is a negative effect which we are having, and that's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Rinkudi. Okay, Komal, what is your opinion on digital transactions, digital currency?
Thank you, Vaishnavi. As everyone has said, in this 21st century, our government has announced that we want a paperless economy. As we know, the payment between the digital currency or digital money means the payment or the transaction between the two parties without the need of any intermediaries. As we will see the pros and cons of that, the pros are means sorry. The advantages are the
You are not audible.
sorry.
Yeah, now you are audible. Yeah, go ahead, please.
Okay, the advantages are the transactions are usually instant and the low cost, and the better compared with the, you can say, the traditional payment method. In the traditional payment method, we will go to and stand in the bank to submit our cash to the bank, and it involves the clearing house and banks also. But in our digital money, there will be no we will be free to do transaction at any time from anywhere. It will be save our time also, and we will see the small substitution effect on on our cash demand is that the monetary policy has a no apparent effect. Means we can say the effect of a monetary policy is not on us. Means in the banks we used to see the effects of these things on the holidays the banks may be closed due to some reason. The banks will be closed from if there is some default in their system, that we cannot do the transaction at that time. But by being through our online systems and through the digitalization, we can do the payments or the transaction by our hands in within a minute. And there are several major issues, or we can say the disadvantages of a digital currency, like the hackers and like operational glitches and malwares, and through the person used to do fraud calls. They used to send the fraud messages to us to tell us your OTP and UPI ID. This all we will give you this much money, or there is a bonus for you. But through this digital currency, the people who are not aware of that, they are got trapped in this, and the digital currency are disadvantages for themselves also. So through the digitalization, the person who are not knowing the meaning of digitalization, they have got trapped in that also. And I would like to say it is a very safer also, and there's a great transparency in this, and the liquidity maintains in our bank also, and we can say the transaction and we can transfer or share any transfer payments to each and everyone at any place. It can make the financial system much more safer from before, means from the 21st centuries before. It can make also means the private sector companies or any other sector companies may rather use to deposit their currencies or in their bank, but by sitting at the same place, we can share or transact their money from one place to another, and there is less credit risk in the payment systems also. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Komal. Okay, last but not least, I would also like to share my opinions regarding the same. Yeah, I too agree with all what my fellow mates said regarding digital currency. Adding on to that, I would like to add one practical example, which I think we all have went through that. Like right now, since the colleges, they are reopened and we are back in Varanasi. So the one who are outsiders, means who doesn't belong to Varanasi, they face a problem like when they go to, means when they are in the hostel or any PG, they need to pay the rent, their foreign stuff and everything. But sometimes it happens that we all get afraid by carrying cash with ourselves. We don't, because we need to travel in trains, by bus, by any other mean of transport. We fear of carrying cash, that because anything can happen. We go through such situations where we see thefts and everything, robbery, everything. So it become difficult, but this thing has made it easier. Like we can, whenever we need and we lack cash, we can just call our parents and we can ask them to transfer the money, and within a minute we get the amount. We can go to ATM or we can make transactions where we want to. So this is the best, I think, example where we can see that yes, digitalization is impacting in a very better way in our life. Otherwise, for example, just consider this: when there is no digitalization, we need money, we need that, then our father needs to come, or we have to stand on the bank. Even though if we need money for very important work, then and now we have to use it, but still we don't have money, then we have to stand on a line and get that money back. So definitely that is a time taking process, and that has been means that has been reduced by this, by inculcating the digitalization in our own life. So yes, and definitely everything has a pros and cons in the life. So yeah, it is also the malpractices, the frauds which is done in digitalization, that is also very thing which needs to be taken care of. And yeah, I think some or the other, this is really helping the students first.
Vaishnavi, I would like to counter question you. How would you see yourself without this digital era?
Without the digitalization, I think there would be a very different concept, because then I need, if there is no digitalization, whenever I need to money, I have to go back. I have to even ask for my friends that if they can lend me money, right? So that will definitely create very huge problems. And if my parents are not willing to come, or they can't come to visit me to pay me back, right? So I would go into a debt case, right? So digitalization is helping me in that when wherever I need, I can get, even though if I don't have, I need to transfer, I can do it within a second.
What if I say that, not referring to the criticisms of like non-digitalization, if I ask you, how would you deal with all the things without digitalization, but in a positive way?
Okay, in a positive way, I would say, then it would be, I would get to know the different practices which is being performed by the bank, I would say, because going bank, getting to know the different process, because when we go to bank, we have to fill different kinds of form regarding each and everything, which we are not aware of, right? Because we don't do that in a practical way. So we can get to interact with the people, we can get to know the different forms, different ways, different process of a bank, which would help me in improving myself, in improving my knowledge, right?
Okay, so if I say that this digitalization has somewhere or the other made us, deprived of the awareness which we could have got had this not been there. So would you, counter me on that?
Yeah, I agree to that. Yeah. Some or the other, because being a commerce student, we all have that knowledge, but we don't get an opportunity to implement that and to, apply that in our practical life.
Very much agreeable. Correct. Yes.
Yeah.
Good, guys. So good, Vaishnavi. I think you did your job in a fantastic manner. I'm happy for you. So everybody will becoming a one-day leader for the to organize such kind of things. So please wait for your opportunity eagerly. This will be a new experience. So let's understand from Vaishnavi that how this day was different than all other day when you are joining YSL.
I would also like.
Yeah, Vaishnavi.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, how this day was different for you in comparison to the other day of YSI. Yeah, Vaishnavi.
So somebody else was saying something.
Yeah, no problem. I will listen after you. Yeah, please go ahead.
Okay. So it was a very different day, and I really enjoyed. I got to learn, because in every class I was just a member. listening and speaking, but now I have to pay more concentration, more focus on what others are saying, and being treat means I was the leader, I can say, I was the hosting everything. Along with that, I have certain responsibilities that I should ensure that everybody is speaking to a certain limit. Everybody is getting a fair chance to express themselves, and also if I can make them more more expressive by adding on to more questions, so that they could speak even if somebody is countering them, or even if somebody is asking to get more into it. So I really enjoyed the session, so today. So you're mute.
So this kind of activity actually helps you to develop your leadership skill.
Yes, sir.
So we work on that part as well. So everybody will get one or another opportunity. Don't worry about it. So quick feedback, that how was the experience with this topic, Pratishtha?
Sir, basically I concluded that little awareness about this digital money can overcome all its demerits. And as we all know that world is heading towards digitalization, so we need to change ourselves with time.
Okay, great. Yeah, Komal, what was the gain for the day?
The gain for the day was the more use of the digitalization is safer for us, for anywhere, from any place we can do the transactions between to anyone. And this, I think every aspect and everything has their own disadvantages and advantages like this.
Yes, Sasha, what was the gain for the day?
As we know that everything have a merit and demerit. So when we using the digital money and online transaction, we must be aware with all necessary think about digital money. That's all.
Anamika, what was the experience?
So nothing is good and nothing is bad. It totally depends upon us which side of the coin do we want to perceive.
Yeah, Anshika.
Yes, sir. In nutshell, I can say that digitalization and use of digital money is very important. And of course, it is. There are so many advantages, but the important thing is how much I am aware. If I am aware, I can do anything I can do most of. मतलब उससे जो अच्छी चीजें होते हैं वो हम निकाल सकते हैं if I am aware.
ठीक है. Yes, Apurva. What was the gain for the day?
Sir, when I heard of the topic like digital money, I got a little confused, like what all points I have to add up. But when I got to hear different people, I got to know so many perspectives of digital money. I got a little idea that I have to keep it this way. And I learned a lot, sir. We have got commerce students which have more knowledge regarding this particular term. So I got so much of knowledge and facts regarding digital money. So yes, it was a nice session.
Okay. Yeah, Rinku, what was the gain for the day?
So, sir, in brief, I would like to say the digitalization has really impacted us, and we can come to the conclusion that we are more prone to the techno-friendly in our economy too. That as in very short time, we are so used to with the digital money that we used to avoid the cash. We used to do the physical transaction in hand to hand. That's all. Thank you.
Yeah, Pooja, what was the gain for the day?
Sir, in a nutshell, I would like to say that as digital money have many merits, more merits than demerits. So I would like to say that we have to be little more aware about this while doing any transaction. Thank you, sir.
Very good. So what was your gain, Vaishnavi?
Sir, I gained that each and everything which is present in our environment, that doesn't mean that can be impactful only if we know how to use it. Only if we know how, means we are aware how to implement it. Without that, nothing can be considered as the best and nothing can be considered as worst. So knowing then means having that knowledge, that how to implement and being aware of that is the thing that we can decide that how the thing is going to be.
Right. So good, guys. Basically, it was a good learning. And for me, it was like, be aware about every topic. That is more important. If you are not aware, you could not have utilized this opportunity, or you could have utilized in a much better way by bringing more dimensions rather than talking as a common person, right? You guys are graduate from one of the top university, so expectation will be little higher, right? Especially you are from finance or banking, or you are preparing for all those things for future. Why you are not aware about this such kind of things? So maybe be ready for such kind of things, such kind of topics. Always keep reading newspaper, or try to get more and more knowledge about everything. You never know when you have to use that knowledge. Whenever you are finding anything, try to note it down somewhere in a one copy. Always keep one copy with you. One copy and one pen, so that whenever things are coming in your mind, please note it down, right? Yeah. So thank you very much for the day, guys. All the best.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.